Hi everyone, we are going to practice representing numbers. I have divided my whiteboard into 4 sections. You should do the same. Draw one line down the middle and one line across. Let's start with the number 1. In this box, we will print the number 1 using the numeral. The number 1 starts where you read a book, straight down to the ground. That's the number 1. Now we are going to show it using dice. Of course, we don't have a real dice in front of us, so we will draw one. Let's make the square for the dice. And now, in the center, make one dot. This is the number 1 on a dice. Except when there's only one dice, we call it a die. In the next box, we are going to use tally marks. You only need one tally mark. It looks just like the numeral. The last box is the hardest. You will need to draw a 10 frame. This is how you draw a 10 frame. First, make a rectangle. After you draw your rectangle, draw a line across the middle. Now that your rectangle is split across the middle, you need to draw lines up and down to cut it further. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and now we should have 10 boxes. I can check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 boxes on top, and that means there are definitely 5 boxes on the bottom. 5 and 5 make 10. So this is a 10 frame because there are 10 boxes. Check and make sure your 10 frame has 10 boxes. Now I can make the number 1 by adding one dot. I fill it out the same way I read a book. This is the number 1. The numeral, how it looks with a die, tally marks, and a 10 frame. Before we make the number 2, be very careful when you erase. I am not going to erase my whole 10 frame. Just the dot in the number 1 position. I will erase my tally mark. I will erase the dice. Oh, I should have kept the outline, I guess. I'll have to keep it next time. I will also erase the numeral 1. Let's show the number 2. Number 2 starts where you read a book. Forward rainbow, slide back, forward. In the next box, let's do number 2 on a die. I guess we need to put our square back in for the outline of the die. This is what the number 2 looks like on a die. You make it. Now we will show number 2 with tally marks. Just like that, 2 lines down. Next, we will fill out the number 2 in our 10 frame. Make sure your 10 frame has 10 boxes. If it doesn't have 10 boxes, it's not a 10 frame. 1, 2. This is the number 2 on a 10 frame. Now we can go on to the number 3. This time I will not erase the outline of my dice. I will just erase the dots in the middle. Same thing with my 10 frame. I'll leave the 10 frame and I'll just erase the dots. Erase your tally marks and your numeral. Let's show the number 3. Number 3 starts where you read a book. Forward rainbow, curve back, forward rainbow, curve back. Just like that. Let's show number 3 on the die. 1, 2, 3. Make sure your dots look like mine. A diagonal line, just like that. Now we can show number 3 with tally marks. 1, 2, 3. 3 straight lines down. 3 tally marks for the number 3. Make sure your 10 frame has 10 boxes. Count them before you start. 1, 2, 3. There is the number 3 in a 10 frame. Now we can go on to the number 4. Erase carefully. You don't need to erase your entire 10 frame. You don't need to erase the outline of your die. Erase your tally marks. Erase your numeral. Let's do the number 4. Number 4 starts where you read a book. Straight down, forward, lift, go to the top, straight down to the ground. There's number 4. This is what it looks like on a die. 1 dot in each corner of the square. That's how you make number 4. Let's do 4 tally marks, 4 straight lines down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll add 4 dots to our 10 frame. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, there's a shortcut to figure out how to add your dots. I know that if I had 1 more dot, there would be a full line, which would be 5. So if I just take 1 away, then it will be 4. That's a shorter way to think about it. Now we'll go on to the number 5. Be careful when you erase. Number 5 starts where we read a book. Straight down, forward rainbow, curve back, lift, go to the top, forward. Let's put number 5 on a die. It's just like number 4 with the 4 corners, except this time there's 1 more dot in the middle. That's number 5. Now we have to make number 5 using tally marks. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't draw another line going up and down. As soon as you get to number 5, the number 5 has to go across. This shows a group of 5. 4 lines down and 1 across. It's a little bit like your hand. You have 4 fingers and then 1 thumb going across. Together, it's 5. To fill out number 5 on a 10 frame, you can do it without counting. You should know that 1 line filled in on a 10 frame represents the number 5. You don't even have to count. I think I'm going to redraw my 10 frame and redraw my dice. Let's start by redrawing the 10 frame. You need a rectangle. Cut it in half. Now you need 4 lines going up and down, fairly evenly spaced. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check that we have 10 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we've got 10. If there's 5 on the top, that means there's 5 on the bottom. And 5 make 10. So this is definitely a 10 frame. Here is the outline for my die. Now let's make the number 6. Number 6 is a unique number. It does not start where we read a book. So I will start over here. Curve back, curve forward, all the way. There's number 6. Let's show it on the dice. Number 6 looks like this. 3 going down, and then on the other side, 3 more going down. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's show number 6 with tally marks. First we have to make 5, so I will make that bundle with 4 fingers and 1 thumb. And now I need to make it number 6, so I'll keep going. 5, 6. I'm starting a brand new bundle. This is what number 6 looks like on a 10 frame. I make 5 first, which I don't have to count. I know it's just 1 line across. And then I keep counting. 5, 6. That was much faster than counting starting at 1. If you know where 5 is, it's much easier to find the number 6. Let's erase our dots, but we will leave our 10 frame in place. Time to make the number 7. Number 7 starts where we read a book. Forward, slide back. I can't make the number 7 on only one die. One die only goes up to 6. I'm going to need 2 die. I'll erase this big one, and I'll draw 2 instead. If I'm going to make the number 7, there's actually a couple of ways that I could do it. One way is to start by making the number 6, like that, and then add one more. When you count 2 dice, you should say the bigger number and then keep counting, like this, 6, 7. That's one way to make the number 7, but there's actually more ways. Here's another way you could make 7. I can put 5 dots in this die, and then figure out how many more dots I need to get to 7. 5, 6, 7. If I put 5 and 2 together, I will have 7 dots. There's actually still more ways. Let's try one more way of making the number 7 on dice. If I have 4 dots on that die, how many more do I still need? 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more dots. 5, 6, 7. That's another way to make 7 on the dice. This is what it looks like with tally marks. Start with your bundle of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now keep counting. 6, 7. As you can see, we're starting a new bundle. To make number 7 on a 10 frame, first make 5 rather quickly. You shouldn't have to count the 5. Then keep counting. 6, 7. Now we're going to make number 8, but this time maybe we won't erase everything, except the dice. Let's erase the dice and the numeral. To make the number 8, start where you don't read a book. 8 is unique. Backwards rainbow. Curve forward. Oh look, it's just like a letter S. Now close the gaps. There's number 8. There's lots of different ways we can show it on a dice. Here's one way. Start by making 6, the biggest number possible on one die. How many more dots do I need to add to get to 8? I'm already at 6. I need 7 and I need 8. So I guess that's 2 more dots. I will put them in place. That's one way of making the number 8. Of course, there are others. Right now my tally marks show the number 7. 5, 6, 7. In order to turn it into 8, I just need to add one more line down like that. My 10 frame already shows the number 7. 5, 6, 7. To make the number 8, I just have to add one more. Erase your numeral and maybe leave everything else this time, and we'll see how we can change our number. Let's write the number 9. Start where you don't read a book. Backwards rainbow, curve all the way around, straight down. To make the number 9, let's look at our dice. Well, we know this is how we did 8, 6, 7, 8. We just need to get one bigger, so let's add it in the middle. Perfect. Each one of these dies looks just like it should. Now we can check out our tally marks. We already have 5, 6, 7, 8, so let's add one more. We're very close to having another full bundle. And last, we'll need to add another dot into our 10 frame. You can tell this is the number 9 because if there was one more, it would be 10. So if you take that last one away, it's just like holding up 10 fingers and then putting one down, so you know there's 9. Last but not least, let's show the number 10. Only erase your numeral. Print the number 10 like this. A 1, and then a 0. How can we show it on dice? Well, let's leave the number 6. Maybe we'll just change the 3. I bet if we add one more, it will give us 10, since we were at 9 last time. So instead of having 3 dots on this dice, I'll put 4 dots on this dice. Perfect. And now it's time to add on to our tally marks. We already have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we just have to add one more. Don't put a line up and down though. We already have 4 going up and down in this bundle. It's time to put one across. Now we can count them by 5s. 5, 10. And last but not least, let's add a final dot to our 10 frame. You shouldn't need to count it. It's completely full, which means there's 10. See you next time.